Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Market Insights with Linux, and welcome to this new video in which we'll do a full overview and full update on the general financial markets. All right, so we'll take a look at the S&P 500. There's some other assets I wanted to look at, namely Palantir, obviously because we had earnings coming in yesterday, and we predicted that spot on. Earnings were higher than expected, but only by a relatively small margin, and the price fell. A bit of a sell the news effect, but more on that later. And I wanted to talk about gold and NVDA. Gold has been rallying again, and I think there's some opportunities there. And NVDA, just wanted to do a brief update on that. So that's what we'll do. So let's get right into it. Today, no major news. We had the balance of trade coming in. That's a little bit more than expected, but ultimately it doesn't. It's not deviating from the expectation that much. So no major effect. Tomorrow, obviously, we have the FOMC meeting. That will be major. US monetary policy and everything around that is always very important, right? So that's going to be important, but it's hard to gauge what that will do with the markets. And in general, right now, I mean, the markets opened a little bit lower, as you can see right here. And right now we're filling the gap. And it's going to be very interesting to see the reaction after filling the gap. If we get a strong rejection there, I think we can continue with downwards price action, because what we're seeing right now, in general, is some more instability. Gold has broken out and looks quite strong again. Also has quite a lot of volume coming into the price over the course of today, and the volatility index also opened higher, even though it's retracing a bit right now. When US bond yields are also trending up higher, right? So that means that the market is kind of filled with instability and unrest. Middle East, India, Pakistan, there's multiple things influencing that. But therefore, specifically looking at the S&P 500 here, I would say the reaction to that gap will tell us everything we need to know. If we're easily able to refill that and we're able to regain some balance here, right? So not an instant rejection, then I think we can consolidate here for longer, which we've been basically doing since last week Thursday. And then from that consolidation, a bullish breakout is also still a possibility after FOMC tomorrow. But like I said, a strong rejection is also still on the table. And if we get a strong rejection here, it's bad news. And we already saw that the S&P 500 mini futures were very weak over the course of today. So if we get a strong rejection there, it could be the start of some more downwards price action. So be aware of that. All right. Now, talking about the rest of the market, or the rest that I wanted to talk about, like I said, Palantir earnings were slightly higher, a surprise of 1.5%. So maybe the market expected something more. But we also already knew that Palantir was at a major resistance zone, as you can see if you zoom out here. And it seemed like the price was rallying quite a bit ahead of the earnings, expecting a major result, which usually results in a pullback, in a sell the news effect. So that's what we did. For me, we talked about this yesterday as well. For me, the main level to look at for a potential buy is that level between $92 and $100, which is right here. If that lines up with a good level for the S&P 500 as well, I will buy Palantir there. But for now, I still think it's too close to the top and too far away from strong technical support levels to buy. But Palantir, obviously, with all the general industry developments that are relevant for Palantir, it's still a great stock to buy, I'd say, even at this valuation, which at this point of time is almost $250 billion. Now, like I said, given the uncertainty, gold has broken out and is rallying with quite a lot of volume. I think gold is a buy. All right. Obviously, it's very sensitive to headlines. So if we get some de-escalation in the world, that's great. But we broke out above this major key level right here at 3,350. Get a strong rejection there, and I think it's a buy. All right. And I think we can easily reach those previous highs again around 3,500, a little bit below that. But gold definitely seems like a buy. I would wait for a reaction though at 3,350, since we have some imbalances a little bit lower as well. If we don't get a strong reaction here, we could just dive into liquidity down here before ultimately making that move upwards. All right, so be aware of that. But definitely bullish on this, given the price action of the last couple of days mainly. And then lastly, NVDA, briefly wanted to speak about that. At major resistance is very much following the S&P 500 today. with opening a little bit lower and now finding the retest. Major resistances here at 120 and 116. There's two main areas I'm looking at right now for NVIDIA to buy. That's either a breakout above 120, 116 with volume, which personally I do not expect at this point of time. I think that's the least likely scenario here, and otherwise I'll be looking to buy this area again between $100 and $96. All right, so keep some price alerts ready for that, but for now I think that's what you need to know. All right, so if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments, but for now, thank you for watching, take care, of course, and bye.